Alright, I went ahead and started where actually I don't think this is where I left off. I think I must have saved it further down. Alright, I backed up a little tiny bit here. You've already seen this battle earlier, but I went ahead and backed up, and I've changed the settings on my graphics card and my system to be more like how I had it originally, to see how smooth I can get it. And I also turned off the mod that I had that has you playing as Sherry. I think I forgot to put it from back here. Yeah. Oops. There's enough to create one of those. So this is the same system, and I've fine-tuned the settings, and I'm pretty sure this is running the way it did before I did the video when I was testing out the medium settings. So this is 1080p, normal. I think it's normal. Might not be, actually. There we go. Once you get to this door, it triggers him. Well, that actually hit me that time.
Jesus Christ!
Now when he beats on this door, you just stand at the door, and once the door comes out, you run past him.
Still alive?
Now he can actually catch you and hurt you right here, even though it kind of seems like it has to set you up for the next part. See? He still hit me. There we go.
Now I got you.
It's knocked back once. I got hurt more that time than before, but you can see it's really not that difficult to beat him once you learn how. With Claire, you use the fire canisters from the little fire grenade launcher, and you have the same effect. You zap them. Now I've went ahead and enabled my unlimited ammo gun here just for fun. Now you can see the graphics are much better now. If you look close at the Timu locks, you can actually read them. So the detail is better. And you're going to the cable car. I did this in the last video, but I couldn't find my save. I think I went ahead and played further and saved it, not thinking about it. So when I went and checked my save, it was actually much further along in the nest laboratory. So I must have went ahead. Usually I don't save much. I'll try to save, 3 times or less if I can. That will actually get you a better rating in the end. Basically, you never want to die. You want to continue. Don't continue. Only use auto saves or saves. Now in hardcore mode, you can only save with ink ribbons and it never auto saves. So it's much more difficult. And the ink ribbons take up space. And also you have less fanny packs and less spaces to hold items. Also there's overall less ammo, and the enemies are categorically more aggressive. The zombies are much more aggressive. The enemies take more hits to kill. Now I've beaten this game many times. Probably a dozen times now. I've beaten Resident Evil 3 Remake a dozen times now. And, or a half dozen at least on 3. So,
Okay.
you really get to where a lot of the functions in the game are nearly second nature. You get used to it. Now, in this part of the game, I decided to go ahead and use the unlimited samurai edge that you get unlocked. And you're constantly upgrading this ID wristband throughout the nest level. Okay, so now you want to use fire. The way I do this is I use fire against the ivies. The ivies are plant monsters where like humans have been infected with something that turns them into a plant monster, and they have tumors that grow on their body, and if you shoot the tumors, then it will incapacitate them. I think you can actually kill them by shooting the tumors enough, but what I do is I'll shoot the tumors once to get them off their feet. Then I'll use a flamethrower, of which there's an extra fuel canister. Just run past everything here in this dark cafeteria. You hug the left and run along the wall on the left outer side, and for the most part you won't get hit by any zombies. Then when you get down here, they'll be right there, and there's one. Here's where focus shots really help.
I can do this.
Of course you can do it, because, darn it. There you go. Now what's going to happen is when I come back around and open the door to get in there and get prizes, the ones that survive this little bullet bombardment are going to gather up along the door of the cafeteria and then come out at me. And so none of them are really beaten yet. They're just knocked down. But it'll be easier to kill them later on when I come out there. I might go ahead and get my shotgun. Now you see the guy kind of breaking the game there. He's waiting to mess everything up for me. So once I open that, there he is. Oh. Go ahead and run past him. There we go. Okay, this for some reason very dark. Okay, I got that done. That guy's armored, and they actually take that into account with fighting him. I didn't bring any health. When you fight him in this, because he's armored, when you shoot his body, it doesn't do very much. So with that particular zombie, you really have to shoot him in the head. And he's tough. Here's your first ID wristband upgrade. And this unlocks the main center area. Now later you come back here and use the power plug for the wall there, and it gives you a second fanny pack, and then this zombie pops out to bother you. You don't have to fight him though. By that time, you've pretty much killed everything. Now I'm going to leave and get my shotgun and some health before I come back for those prizes, because I came unprepared. I just started playing this for today, and I should have went and got health and my shotgun. Your presence is urgently requested by Chief. Because there are good prizes in there, and you want to combine that nozzle with the it turns it into the chemical flamethrower. Okay, got my shotgun, ammo. Heart rate in the east area. Okay, batting 1,000 a day. So I'm going to use some of these mixed herbs just for insurance here. Okay, now I'm actually ready to do some van damage here. Now I could set them on fire, but really that's better for the ivies. And one thing I really like about this part is after you use the power plug to get the fanny pack and turn this level's light back on, that cafeteria actually looks really authentic. Like it looks like a real authentic cafeteria. And I like to kind of go in there and just look around, just like it's kind of fun to do that. Where's this guy? There's one of them. And if there's another eater, she's not going to do anything at all until you bother her. So I've gotten all the prizes from the cafeteria. Later on though, like I said, when you turn the light on in there, it's actually really cool. This whole place looks neat. Part of the, one of the coolest things about this game is where you're running through and you turn on the lights, you reestablish the power in certain areas, and it really it brings it out. It makes it look a lot cooler, and you realize how much attention to detail went into the game. Now in the second run, the power plug is actually right there next to that guy, and so you can turn right back around and go get the extra fanny pack or get whatever's left back there. In this one though, you have to run through the second area to get the power plug, and there are lickers and bad guys. The zombies are everywhere, and Now with Leon, you actually have a visit from Mr. X after you get the second to last wristband upgrade. There's one upgrade is for that one, and then the fourth one they give you is for this. And in Leon's game, he never actually gets the fourth wristband color. It's Ada that gets it, and she comes and unlocks the elevator to get out when the nest area is going into self-destruct mode. With Claire, she actually gets the final color and is escorting Sherry out of nest. So it's different. Now when they made this, you know, a two-player game where you play as one or the other, that was a callback to the original. But in the original, there were actually real differences between each character's missions, and I think some fans actually complained that the Leon and Claire's missions were too similar in this, but really they are different. There are quite a bit of differences in it. There's one of his tumors. There's the other tumor. There's another tumor. There's his final tumor. Now he's on the ground, and I'm going to cook him. Now you can just cook him the whole time. You can just start out frontal assault, cook him with flamethrower. But if you pop, I think if you pop the tumors first, then cook him, then it uses less of, there we go, uses less of the flamethrower fuel. Once you see that final burn and they turn black, then they are permanently dead. If you don't see them black like that, then they will regenerate. There's another one. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
And even though it's time consuming, it does help to burn these guys as much as you can. There we go. So he's dead. Now both of the IVs that are in this little room, you run back and forth through this room a couple of times. Both of the IVs are now dead. You get the treatment here for the plant room.
Dispensing solution.
Okay. Then it gives you the spent cartridge to go and fill back up. Then you have to open these. The first one is 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's in the first run. They're different in the second run. The second one, I think, is this. Then let me see, maybe this. No. Okay. I have it written down real quick. Now there's a trophy that has one of them. In case you can't remember, I write everything down though as I'm playing these games. It makes it considerably less frustrating. Okay. There we go. That's the second one. So now both of those areas are unlocked. If you want to be, genuine continuity here, then you'll get the trophy and you'll find those unlock codes later. But I already have them, so I'm going to go ahead and use them and get them out of the way. Now here's your first guy to kind of get rid of. Alright, I'm just going to cook him. Once you first light them, they'll walk for a second, then they'll fall down. Okay? Then now that he's fallen down, I can just kind of light him up. I don't know why he's complaining. There we go. Now he's dead. There. So that's one of them out of the way. Okay. Herb synthesis. There's a grenade and some powder in this room. A large powder. Right here. Now the large powder mixes with the yellow canister to make a larger amount of shotgun rounds. 2 yellow canisters is magnum rounds. Any combination of large or small normal powder is handgun rounds. In this one, being the first one, it is RGB, RGB, RG. So R, G, B, R, G, B, R, G. Now if it's on the second run, then it is actually BRG, BRG, BRG. So it's just from right to left 3 times in a row. Now the canister is not good enough on its own. It has to be frozen to work. So we come out here, there's then you go down in here. This is another area that looks really neat once the power is turned back on. Now some people will never see that. It depends on how you play. There are 2 different ways to finish this level. And one of them takes slightly longer, but in my opinion is less dangerous. The other is quicker, but it's slightly more dangerous. So you get your shotgun shells here. With Claire, you get flame rounds. Now with these guys all camping out here, you can grenade them. That kills all of them except that guy. When he stands up, you can just give him a shot, and now he's back down. Here's your trophy. Because I've already unlocked both of those, it's already red checked. But that trophy gives you the one of the combinations on the bottom of it for your ladders. Now here's your Murph code power plug. There are codes for the power plug. Murph, OSS, ERF, MUF. Down at the end of this hall are lickers, and the lickers will jump down. There's ways to handle this. You can either try to fight the lickers and eliminate them, then you don't have to avoid them, or you can run straight past them from the beginning here, which I'm going to try to do. There, I ran straight past them. We've got a shotgun candidate on the other side of this door, right there. See how many rounds I can waste on this guy. Okay. Now, one thing I do is I reuse this path several times in this level. Rather than, oops, I forgot about him. You can actually aim up and shoot this guy when he's hanging from the edge up there, and it's easier to deal with. Because after you finally kill him, then he falls. Okay. Should have done that. He's actually up there. and then later there's an ivy that comes down right here that you get to deal with. Now there's a female zombie here. Okay. Tag, you're it. Alright. Now, I've only got one spot left here, and I've got two big ones and two of these. I can go shotgun rounds. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Here's a note that is encouraging you to burn those ivies till they're black. Here's your power plug. Okay. Now this leads back to the chest and save point at the beginning of this part of, so you can go through here if you want, and just for fun get rid of stuff you're not going to use, or refill your flamethrower if you think you need to. Now, of course, if you want, you can try to avoid all of the ivies. You can either let them grab you and then stab them with a knife to run past them. You can shoot them a few times till they're disabled and then run past them. I burn them just to get them out of the way. It's more time consuming, but it works. Now, as you come through here, you got this little stretch of hallway. On the other side of that door are the lickers that you didn't kill, or if you kill them, of course, they're not there. You can see there's one right there. Right? So let's play with him a little bit here. Okay, now he's not in the way as much. Remember, don't run. Now we know this is Murph for the. Now to do this, you right and left bumpers set the top, and then the left and right analog sticks set the frequency wave. Now this. Oh wait, well, I put it on. I think I put it on Muff instead of Murph. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now the lights are going to turn back on. There. Now he's blocking, so I'm just going to go this way. And there's another one over here. And he's going to be on the other side of this, right there. There. Now this is a room with prizes and a chest. More fuel and a knife. So there's a knife, there's powder, and there's fuel. Anywhere where there's fuel for the flamethrower, on Claire's it will be fire rounds for the launcher. Okay, so and I'm actually kind of I got more stuff here than I probably really need. and if you want to save, there's your typewriter right there. Now I think S ratings are achieved by 3 saves or 5 saves or something really low like that. You want to use as few saves as possible, and you want to complete the missions as fast as possible to get higher ratings. Dying will cost you your ratings very quickly. So whenever you die, it is better to start from a save point or from an autosave than to continue. Continuing counts the death. Okay, so to avoid having any deaths registered in your score, never continue. The second you continue, then you have a death on your final score.
Who left the freezer open?
So that's why you want to save when you know you have to. And with standard, you're going to get auto saves pretty much all the time. And there have been many times when I've played this or Resident Evil 3, and when I went and saved it, I would quit, maybe to take a break or something. And then when I came back, I realized that the auto save was actually very, very close, like just almost nearly overlapping from where I saved. If you use the auto save and it's slightly before your save, then that's one less save that will be counted. Okay, so again, if you want to get those S ratings, then you want to do it that way. You don't want too many saves. You don't want too many. You don't want any deaths. Avoid having any deaths registered in your game at all. They'll cut into your points in Resident Evil 3. They'll cut into your rating in Resident Evil 2. Now, fire is not an instant damage. It's actually a continuous damage. Once you set something on fire, it is continuously being damaged. There we go. Now he's dead, so I don't have to worry about him. And it used 48 points out of 400 on my flamethrower. I have another thing. Now, the reason I say that is the flamethrower can be used on the last boss. It can also be used on the boss I'm about to fight. I don't know why I did that. I don't need to do that. Okay, yeah, it can be used on arguably the hardest boss in the game is who I'm about to fight. He's a butt munch, just like most of them, and he will totally kill you. Like, he's got eyes that pop up on his leg, his back, and his arm. He's basically Birkin after the mutation has completely taken over, and there's no consciousness from William Birkin fighting with this monstrosity. Now it's just the evil monster.
Dispensing.
Okay, now you need to go out here and get your stuff. The second you grab the upgrade, you lure the Mr. X to you. So I clear the path first. There we go, he's dead. Yeah, okay, I was looking around because I thought I heard that guy, and then he just popped right up. So yeah, that's crazy. Destroy plant 43, 27, 24. So I'm going to use my autosave. And I probably, if I'd had a knife, then I would have bounced him. so yeah. Yeah, that's frozen. So it has started me basically just a couple, you know, like a minute before where that just happened.
Dispensing solution.
Okay. So now I'm going to go out here, and because I use my autosave, that death will not be counted.
You have dispersed a dangerous condition without authorization. Your actions have been logged and you may be subject to measures.
Okay, he's dead. And the reason I'm doing this is so after I get that ID wristband upgrade, this is a clear path to that stairwell. And that way because I guess Mr. X punches through the window right over there, and then he comes out to stop you, because what they expect you to do is run back. There we go. Run back through the doors there where you dropped off the or where you plugged in the solution. So what most people would do is run around this loop here and go that way, and then of course end up back where you were, and then Mr. X is coming right at you. So what I do is different. I go ahead and upgrade the ID wristband. Here comes X. Hear him stomping. And because I cleared the path of those monsters, I just go straight to this step. He can't come down here. That's how you can see this area with the lights on. You can see the power has been restored. Now the lickers are still in this room, so they're still a threat when I come out here. But one thing that's not a threat is Mr. X. He's not going to come after you here. He's not going to be able to attack you. Now as I'm walking here, that guy's not really a threat. I'm not hitting him. I'm not running. And there. Now I'm done. Now the solution has been dispensed. The flowers have been destroyed. The next ID card has been upgraded. I can leave this area and not come back. So I don't have to come back here. I have the power plug, and if you remember, there was that power plug on the wall of the first area, right? So the first area is where I'm going to go back to now. Now most people, especially if you're trying to cut back on time and you know you don't really need that last fanny pack, will go that way. They'll go to the third area. And I'll go ahead and activate the third area now, just to get that part out of the way to streamline things. But I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go back to the first area so I can get that extra fanny pack for whatever reason. It really doesn't matter too much. It's not like you absolutely have to have it, but it's just good to have, I guess. Get out my instant asshole eraser stick here in case anybody's still kicking. Yeah, there we go. Don't know how he got there, but yeah. Now this one is MUF, muff, okay? Oh, Haven't got him yet. Now this guy there is not a threat. He's stuck there. If you want, just for fun, I do this sometimes. I open this and just kind of look around at the cafeteria. That's what the cafeteria looks like with the lights on. And so now, all of the items you can get from the first area are gotten. And what this does, there's a reason for it. If you don't do that, then the power plug thing, the frequency power plug, won't run out. You won't get a red check on it. But because I just did that, when I go into this third area to watch the VCR tape and turn the power on in that area, it will actually red check the power plug and you can then discard it. It's a grenade and a VHS tape, because this is the 90s. You can't watch it until you do this, and this is OSS. And I'll watch the video first, the VHS tape first. I'm not going to watch it though, I'll skip over it. That way you have incentive to get this far in the game and watch it if you choose to.
So those were G samples.
And I'm going to discard these two items. So next up is a really tough battle. The hardest battle in the whole game is what's about to happen. You fight the next to last mutation of Birkin. He is extremely tough. And so you go ahead and read. I'm going to go ahead and save the game right before that, so I can make dinner for my kids and get some other stuff done. There's herb right here. Powder. Spray here, disinfect and dry you. Now down there is where you fight the second to last Birkin monster fight. Now you fight him one final time on the train car after the second mission. And that's just a huge monstrosity. Not that difficult, but still horrible. And the last boss you fight with Leon in the second one, I think even in this one, is the Mr. X damaged. And he's really, really tough. He's basically, he has an instant death attack where if you don't make sure to hit him enough to stall him during that attack, will kill you every single time. So he's really tough. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and refuel my flamethrower here. And I'm going to save the game. I don't usually save here, but I have some stuff to do. So I'll go ahead and save here. Okay, I'm about to load my game here to start up again, and this is the point I was talking about earlier, how I have 4 saves now, but look, that says 717, 719. What happens if I do auto? Let's see where it takes me. Because it could be that I could just use the auto save from standard mode. Yeah, here we go. And the only difference is I have to turn the power back on. So this will take away that one save that I used. You know, the less saves you use, the better, because you'll you'll get a higher score in the end. So there we go. And what that does is eliminates two different items. The tape, I'm not going to watch it.
So those were G samples.
Okay, all right. Just have to kind of repeat a couple of things here real quick, but having 3 saves instead of 4 is worth it. Just putting 2 minutes of time back in the game. Now for this one, I'll do the computer, get it out of the way. Now on the other side of this opening here is a large powder, large gunpowder, and then in the closet here is a red herb and another powder, and crate. Might as well go ahead and just get everything out of here, get everything ready to go. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and use real, the Matilda for this part. Okay, now I've got 2 large and 3 yellow. And this is going to be a lot of shotgun rounds. There, now I have 20 shotgun rounds and 2 left over. You don't need the shotgun rounds for the last boss, so it's okay. This enemy here that you're about to fight, well, it's good to save some flame fuel for your flamethrower for the last boss, but other than that, it depends on how you want to fight him. The mag is good for the last boss. The shotgun's pretty good against this boss that's coming up here. So I'm going to do some kind of overkill here and just dump a bunch of ammo here for my Matilda. So I have let's see, what is this? 144 rounds for the Matilda and 28 rounds for the shotgun. I'm going in with a grenade and some flame, and the flame is good for when he's collapsed down on himself, when the eyeballs pop out of his chest. You can cook him. You don't absolutely have to. You could also use rounds from the Lightning Hawk, and those do considerable damage. So I'm going to go all out. I'll go all out, and I've got all these rounds, Lightning Hawk, and this is a good time to have as many healing herbs in there as you can get. Have the shields up, so to speak. And there are a lot of items in this fight kind of scattered about the play field when you're fighting them. So you can constantly get items from the playing field there when you're fighting them, but it doesn't hurt to go in there guns blazing. So this next fight is the hardest fight in the game. There are lots of different ways to handle them. I personally think the best way to fight him is, focus on taking out the eyes right away. The sooner you get him into his red-eyed kind of rage mode, the better, because that's when you're going to be closer to the end of the fight. So here he comes. And I'm skipping that. There. See, that one hit did that much damage. Okay. That was his back. And I want to get his shoulder hit. Just get out of his way when he's throwing stuff at you. There are a lot of prizes here. Okay. Flashbang helps. Oh, he got me. Trying, and it's hard to get his shoulder. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get that shoulder. And there we go. That's his shoulder. Now I'm going to unload. Prizes all over the place here, but you don't want to go in there and just rely on whatever's laying around to fight this guy. And there he is. Okay. Now, like the Nemesis in 3, I had to, learn the ins and outs of this bad guy.
Has been neutralized.
He's very, very difficult. You really have to do it in a kind of a linear fashion. You're meant to destroy the eyes, trigger his little spinning, raging fighting mode there, and then you are meant to shoot his eyes out or cause him enough damage the second time. With Claire, there's kind of an angle you can take where you come at him with acid rounds and flame rounds and stuff, and you can just douse him with acid rounds and flame rounds, and that'll do a pretty good job. I've actually killed him by just completely dousing him with acid rounds constantly. You can really you can over-equip yourself with acid rounds if you dedicate all of your powders to those. So the next fight is the last guy. Now getting to him is, and that's actually, this is Leon. So I think I'm fighting. I'm going to be fighting Mr. X, the damaged mode of Mr. X, and he's terrible. He's a monster. If you want to just make it easy on yourself, and you've already unlocked the infinite rocket launcher, you can just shoot him with the rocket launcher right when the fighting starts. Of course, that's not, it's not challenging at all. But so yeah, I've got the triple shot handgun rounds. I've got flame rounds. The flame rounds won't matter too much against him. He just, he's tough. I've only got one left of that, so I don't really need. I don't need the eagle right now. The flash grenades will probably help against him a little bit. I don't know. I might try those. They might not work. Basically, you want to run from him and shoot him as much as you possibly can. But when he, like I said, when he does this this little rage move where he runs straight at you, it's an instant death attack. There's really nothing that can be done about it. So, and that's what sucks about him. The very last, last Mr. X fight. Now, one thing I found out is that the Ada will throw the rocket launcher at you at a certain point in time. After you've fought Mr. X for a certain amount of time, then Ada will decide to throw the rocket launcher at you. So if you wait until 5 minutes before the detonation, the game will kind of bring that about quicker. You'll get all these explosions happening that lead up to it, and then you can grab the rocket launcher and shoot it. But it's not necessarily easy. The rocket launcher is right in front of you, and usually he is just like 1.5 to 2 steps away from that rocket launcher. So when you pick it up and use it to end the fight, he's ready to attack you again. I've seen people running from him constantly, like just running from him nonstop, and that was him talking to Claire. I don't know what that knife would be for. Now in this part, you actually get these bad guys blocking your way. So I just take them down a little bit there. Why not? You really don't need that. Now this one, Mr. X comes out for Leon's. He's not in Claire's. In Claire's, you have Sherry climb over and then unlock the door from the other side. So here's him. He's gonna. Okay, so you just kind of run around in a circle here. Here he comes. You just run around it. There we go. You got zombies waking up and coming at you. Now here's going to trigger this part. Okay, I'm going to skip it. This is the moment where you fight him for the last time. Okay. You have to free up 2 spaces. Okay. To be able to carry, I'll go ahead and, why not, just get these relatively useless items at this point in the game and throw them in there, and then you get these plugs here that are just like what Claire uses for the train. And actually I'm not going to use this. Look at that clock running down, 7, 15, 14. I was about to use it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait. You can just kind of stand here. I don't know, take a drink of your soda pop or something. Eat some chips or something. Break out your chopsticks and eat some chips so you don't get chip dust on your fingers. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until it's like at 5.09. And now the reason I'm doing this is because, and this might not be valid, but I heard that after 5 minutes, that's when stuff starts breaking down in the fight between you and him. So if you started at 7.5 minutes, then that's going to be 3.5 minutes of him beating you up before you start to get into those final throws of the last battle that lead up to the rocket launcher being tossed at you. So what I'm doing is intentionally making the last fight shorter under the possibly erroneous understanding that it will bring out the rocket launcher faster. Okay. Now this guy is bad because he really, like I said, he has one move that kills you instantly. And I hate it when video games do that, but this guy's got that. He's got like a rage move where when he uses it on you, there's nothing you can do about it at all. All you can do is concentrate an attack right on his exposed heart for that brief moment. And if you're successful in stunning him, he won't get that attack out. But other than that, you might see me get, impaled. And what will happen is if I do, it will start me out right there on the autosave because this is in standard mode. Of course, in hardcore mode, which I've beaten this in hardcore mode, you have to save the right amount of times to where you're going to be starting off right there with your save. So here we go. I'm going to skip this.
5.
Did that. Now if you do this just right, which I'm not, then I'm just letting him kill me here. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Now this is the trigger where the
Where did this thing come from?
okay. That's it. And I don't skip this cutscene. This cutscene is satisfying because that guy chased you around and punched you and killed you through the game. So, and then this next part you get to have the joy of shutting down a nice zombie horde with some rockets. Okay. And that's it. That's the game right there.
Shit.
Okay. That's it right there. I'm not going to ruin the ending for you. I'll let you beat the game and get the ending on your own. Okay. Skip this. 3 saves. Look at that. I got an S rating. Like I said, on my way to an S rating. Now, it took me longer time than what I usually take. I can get this done in like 3 hours. I did some yammering for the video in the first video. But you can see he's got Matilda down there. So, that was Resident Evil 2 on standard with Leon there. Alright, just for anybody who was like, hey, why don't you finish that game?